Hey guys, so today we're going to do a kind of get ready with me type of video, and I am going to just kind of get ready and do kind of like my routine that I've been doing lately, just having super kind of glowy skin and just sort of enjoying applying face products. Honestly, there's been a couple days where I have done everything and just nothing around my eyes, and that may seem a little odd for some people, but it's what I've enjoyed, and I think I'm going to do something kind of soft and glowy on the lids, some mascara. So two things before we start. The lighting, I am using the natural daylight. I decided not to use my regular lights because I have some really good lighting. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. You guys tell me what you guys think of the lighting. And also the wind. You may hear the wind. It's very, very strong today, so you can hear the screens on the window kind of making noise. So if you hear that, that's what it is. Alright, so I've done my skincare routine. As always, that's something that I do not skip. And I went ahead and applied my Perfect Canvas Silicone Free Skin Finishing Serum. I was going to say primer, but it's actually a skin finishing serum by Ren Skincare, and the packaging is just your classic white packaging. It has a dropper. There's a lot of good ingredients in there, and they leave out all the nasty stuff. So that's what I have on. I use 3 drops, and I just kind of press it and pat it into my face with my fingers. So the key to my sort of glowy skin is using my CC cream. I've talked about this. I've done a video on this. I even tested out their powder. And I find that this actually works better with my skin, being that I do have combination and some dry areas. I think this really works. And the fact that it has SPF 50 is really great. So when I go outside, I don't have to worry about not being protected by the sun. So I'm going to take this. And honestly, what I've been doing is just kind of pumping it here into the brush and then just adding this right into the brush as well. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do 1 pump of this onto my brush. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of dot this. I don't like to use my fingers too much, so I try to avoid that. And so I'm just going to kind of buff this into my skin. Hopefully there's not too much of a shadow on this side. I have my soft boxes sitting here because I have nowhere else to put them. And it might be creating a shadow. So I just take this and I apply it all over my face. I do go a little bit over my brows and onto the tops of my brow bone area here and down in this area. And I do take it under the eyes, on the nose, over the mouth and chin. So obviously every part of your face. And so another big thing is not using as much powder. That does keep the skin looking dewy and kind of pretty looking. When you start to add lots of layers of powder, it can just make you look really flat, and that dewiness is just that kind of sheen that you have, just a bit of a sheen happening, as you guys can probably tell with this CC cream alone. So after I've spent like 15 minutes blending, I'm gonna move on to concealer, and this is super quick, you guys. Seriously, this is like been my go-to routine. I have my BeautyBlender that has been clean and dampened. This is the black one. I love this one. It's so nice and soft. And I do use a liquid concealer. This is the BareSkin Serum Concealer by Bare Minerals. And what I do is I take a little bit of it and apply it to the back of my hand, and I work with it from there, just because with the applicator you're touching your face, transferring it back, you know, no germs. So I take the BeautyBlender and I just kind of press it into my hand. And then I just come in here and apply a little bit of this. And I do take it and blend it a little bit further down. And then whatever's left, I do just lightly tap over my lids so that I can kind of even things out. Because a lot of times, like I said in the beginning, I have been just doing everything, highlighter, all that kind of stuff, and nothing for eyeshadow. I need a little bit more. And as you guys can see, I painted my nails. What? I decided to do it for Valentine's Day because I thought, why not? And since, you know, it's to get ready with me, I might as well fill you in. I haven't posted a video since last Friday, which was about the new highlighter from Too Faced, the diamond one. So that was my last video, and the reason why I didn't post anything was because I actually had family come down. My aunt and my cousin came down Thursday of last week. And they stayed all the way till Monday morning. And so I just took the time to sort of unwind and unplug and not really film or edit or do any of that. I wasn't even on Snapchat. I just took the time because I hadn't seen them in like 2 years. And so much has changed in their life and, of course, in mine. And my son, who's much bigger, taller, looks different. It was nice for them to be able to catch up. And so I just took that time to kind of relax and bond with them and just do nothing. And it was nice. So that's why there was no videos and no Snapchatting too much. But I'm back, and that's all going to change. I'm going to go back to my routine. So just to kind of fill you guys in. Anyways, I am just taking whatever's left on my hand with the concealer, and I'm just going over some little spots. Not really caring too much. You guys know how I am. I really could care less about putting too much stuff on my face. But I do want to take a mirror and look up close to make sure everything looks really well blended. And I love that concealer because it doesn't look heavy. It doesn't feel heavy. And it just looks really nice. Now, I do use a little bit of powder, and I use the Bye Bye Pores from It Cosmetics. I've been trying to finish this up. And I don't use a whole lot of this. I sort of am meticulous with my powders. I am strategic in the way that I place the powder on my face. So I do take what's in the cap with my damp Beauty Blender and kind of push in there and work that into the sponge. And I just kind of press it right under my eyes, very, very lightly. And I take a little bit as well onto my lids because I did apply a little bit of concealer. Now what I do is take a little bit more powder and kind of smush it into the sponge and just press it right where, if I'm going to get oil, it's going to be here on the sides of the nose, on the top of the nose, and right through the center of the forehead. Not really too much on the forehead, but I do get a little bit, and then I'm just going to set anywhere that I applied any of that concealer. But I didn't put anything on my chin. I don't have anything on the sides of my face. The temple is just kind of through the center of the face, and that makes a huge difference. Alright, so I've also went ahead and did my brows off camera just because that's nothing really special. It hasn't really changed as far as the product that I use. It's the Brow Wiz by Anastasia in medium brown, and I always set them with the Benefit Brow Gel. So I did it off camera, applied some lip balm because my lips were feeling a little dry. I have the Burt's Bees Flavor Crystals Lip Balm in Tropical Pineapple. Can we say yum? It tastes a little bit slightly fruity, but it does really smell like pineapple. Okay, so I need to add some blush, and I'm going to use my go-to at the moment. It's the Mineral Wear Talc-Free Blush by Physicians Formula, and I love this color. It's very natural. It pretty much goes with everything that I wear for my eyes. It doesn't matter where I'm going. It always works. So I take my EcoTools Define Brush, and I just apply that, just circular motions, just to give me a pretty rosy glow, and I'm just barely touching my skin with the bristles and just blending it. Now, I have been using the Too Faced Diamond Highlighter, and I did a video on this last Friday. I still use this, and I think it's very, very pretty. And I talked about how it's cut like a diamond, and the light may not even pick it up, but when I hold it like this, the light that bounces off of it, I can see the pink, the green, the light blue, some kind of pearlescent color. I try to take a picture of it to insert into that video as best as I could to really depict this, but it's a very subtle kind of veining of color in here, so it's really hard to pick up. So I've been doing this on its own, but I also have been mixing it with my LORAC Starlight highlighter, which I absolutely love. This is one of my favorites. It's so complimentary to fair skin tones, and it's so pretty and glowy. So what I'm going to do is mix the two. So I'm going to start with this one, the LORAC one in Starlight, with my Bdellium Tools 941 brush. You guys know this is my go-to. And I'm just going to kind of swoop it in like a C motion around here. And I'm also going to take it, I should have done this before my brows, but I'm going to take it onto the brow bone. Do the same thing on this side. And this brush is so incredibly soft. I love this brush. Then I'm going to go in with this one, which has a bit of a kind of bluish tone. At least mine does. Like I said, I don't know if they all look the same. It's pretty. It's a little bit different, but that just makes that, you see that? It just pops. And I'm going to take it around the same areas as well. Gosh, that wind is so strong. Like, I see a couple trash cans flying. That is just so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to use the LORAC highlighter down my nose and on my Cupid's bow, because I've noticed that this one from Too Faced, it's a little bit crumbly, and I can see little crumbles around my nose sometimes. So I'm just going to take that, go on the tip of my nose, and maybe I should use my finger for my Cupid's bow, just very lightly. And that's just how I get that sort of dewy, pretty skin. It just looks so nice and healthy. Powder where I need it, not a whole lot of product, just keeping it really simple. I can do this in like less than 5 minutes. And honestly, this is how I've been going out, just this. I put on some gloss, maybe curl my lashes. But I've been just busy with family that I couldn't care less. Okay, so I do want to add a little bit of something kind of glowy to my lids, just to kind of make them look a little bit pretty, you know? So I'm going to go in with my Bare Minerals, the Hidden Treasure. This is a palette that I've taken out of my collection to use for the week. I love this. If you guys can still find it, I'll show you upside down so I don't blind you with the mirror. If you can find this palette still anywhere, snag it online, wherever. It is incredible. I'm going to go with the color number 9, Nude Beach, which is very shimmery. It's a soft, pretty pink color. And as you can see from a distance, it is very glowy. And I'm going to go right in with my fingers and just kind of pat that all over my lid and kind of blend it up into the crease area so that there isn't a harsh line. And it just keeps everything just really soft and pretty, and it gives you that nice glow. This color is extremely pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. You don't really need to work very hard because look, that just blended itself out. I will take a brush though to apply a little bit of the same Nude Beach into the inner corner. I'm using the Zoeva 231. This is the Luxe Petite Crease. I use it every time I do my makeup because it is just the most perfect brush for crease work. Inner corner, you can smudge some product. Actually, let's just take some right over the lids and in the inner corner. Now this Nude Beach color does have just subtle little bits of sparkle, so it's not a full-on glitter shadow, but it gives you something sparkly. I wore something similar to this on Valentine's Day in the inner corner. It was just really pretty and just pretty. Nice and glowy, and it's just what I like. So glowy in the inner corner, light soft glow on the lids. You can take whatever's left on your brush and go under the brow. Hopefully you guys can't hear my dogs barking. They're barking at whatever's flying around there. And someone's fence is like, oh no. Someone's fence, like a portion of it broke, and that used to happen in my old house that I used to live in. A whole chunk of my fence fell because the winds here in Colorado are insane, like run and hide. Okay, so for mascara, I'm going to finish off my L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I think I may pick up another tube. Although I may be kind of adventurous and see what's new at the drugstore. I have not been to like a Walgreens, CVS in a very long time. I just kind of stick to shopping at Ulta, Sephora, like the high-end side, just because I am happier with my purchases. Some drugstore things are kind of like a bit of a letdown. So that's why I use a lot of high-end, and some things, if I can use drugstore, like the blush, this is amazing. This Physicians Formula blush, this mascara, it's incredible. So I'm going to use that and coat my lashes. Alright, so mascara is done. I did the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and I feel like it's not looking as good as it normally does, and I think it's just because it's dry and it's time for a new one. So I think I have to go out and get one of those. But for the lower lash line, I use the Clinqiue Lash Power. Just did that off camera. You guys know I use this all the time, and I like it because it has a small brush. It doesn't smudge or flake on the lower lashes, and I can get each and every lash. So now for the lips, I'm going to finish the look off with the Sara Happ, the Lip Slip, keeping it glossy. And I just use my ring finger, and I just apply. This stuff is so good. It's my favorite. Just a healthy kind of sheen to the lips. What I like to do is use this with my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. Those two together, those are my favorite combos, but I don't like pot stuff like this when I'm out in public because my hands can be dirty sometimes, and I just don't like to stick my finger in those, so I keep this at home. And that completes the look. This is what I've been doing. Very similar variations to this day to day. It's just soft, glowy, just pretty skin. You can see a little bit of my imperfections, but it's like, it's just my skin, and I don't feel like I'm wearing a lot of product. I have mascara on to define the lashes. Brows are done. A little bit of glow on the lids, and I think it's really pretty. And anybody can do this look. You just need a few products. You can even use the same highlighter on your face for the glow on the lids if you wanted to. You can mix your highlighter into a gloss and give yourself a glowy, kind of glossy lip as well. You can do so many different things, but this is what I like, just really easy looks because I'm a mom. I have a toddler. I don't have a lot of time day to day to do looks like I do on camera when I am, you know, taking the time to actually do a video. I feel like a little bit more, not more relaxed in today's video, but I feel like this is just more maybe down to earth because I have none of my lights up, none of my filming equipment is set up, just the camera, and that is it. I am just sitting here in front of a window, so I feel like it just feels different. I feel like when I have all of these big lights on and all of this stuff, the camera, the monitor, this ring light mirror, and all this kind of stuff, it's just like, it's just so much. It kind of feels maybe a little bit more formal. I don't know, maybe not, but I just feel like it's just easier to turn the camera on and just film whatever just came to my mind. And I just thought, I'm getting ready, so why not do it with you guys and kind of let you guys know why I've been sort of MIA, in case any of you were wondering. I had family, and it was just really nice to kind of unplug from everything, YouTube, social media, and just spend time with them and sort of catch up. But now it's back to the grind and back to filming videos. So if you have any requests for anything that you want to see from me, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be more than happy to do those videos. And of course, more tutorials will be coming up soon, and little product reviews as I get new things here and there. And so yeah, I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, and I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye-bye.